seen this season. It's been led out by Matthew Neil Holding, coming out there with captain Shane Cooper. Matthew is the son of the Saints legendary Neil Holding. There he is, just losing his footing. Big day for this young fella. Neil Road, testimonial season he had, and even bought his own contract back so he could come back to Nosey Road. So big day for this young fella, out there with Paul Loughlin there doing his limbering up movements. And if he progresses into rugby league as Neil did, and he's half as good as his dad, he'll be a good one, won't he? The Saints team for this afternoon: David Lyon at full back, Hunt, Connolly, Loughlin and Sullivan the three quarters, Rapati and Griffiths to the half back pairing, and we'll expect a lot off these two this afternoon. Neil, Dwyer and Mann the front row, joint Nicol and Cooper the back three, with O'Donnell and Beavers on the bench. The Leeds team: Tate at full back, Paloniro, Innes and Irving, Schofield and Gregory at half back, and they've got to be watched, haven't they? If they can try and run the roost, they will do. Malloy, Lowes and Dixon the front three, with Goodway, Mercer and Hanley the back three. Holroyd and Harland are on the bench. Captain there, Ellery Hanley and Shane Cooper. And the match day mascot, Matthew Neil Holding, only a tot, isn't he? There's referee Connolly there, just letting the little lad toss up. Referee Connolly just explaining obviously that he wants a clean game, no head tackling. Saints are going to kick off, playing down to the clubhouse end. And there's today's mascots, Matthew Neil Holding, just waving to the crowd there, making his way over to meet his dad Neil. There he is. He must be a very proud father, Neil Holding, and his son Matthew Neil Holding, age 3. His hobbies are watching the Saints, riding his motorbike, and his favourite players there are Paul Loughlin, Gary Connolly and Shane Cooper. And have you spotted the deliberate mistake? Saints are here at Nosey Road and we're playing on a Sunday. Premiership semi-final. Wigan already in the final, beat Castleford last Friday evening, and Saints looking to get there. There's a debt to be settled, with Wigan beating the Saints convincingly last season at Nosey Road, at Old Trafford in the Premiership final. Leeds have possession, 10 metres from their own line. A final bite at the cherry for Doug Lawton and his team to obviously get some silverware on the mantelpiece. As far as they're concerned, Leeds have possession. Mercer coming through, some solid tackling by the Saints, forcing back. Excellent tackling. James Lowes at dummy half. Untidily gets the ball, but Bernard Dwyer homes in on him, brings him down. Andy Gregory, tactical kicking, using the breeze. Leeds playing with the breeze in the first half. It may be a swirling type of breeze, it's quite windy up here. But yet it's quite warm at ground level. Tony Sullivan from acting half-back. Still going is Tony Sullivan, making good yardage. The Saints public getting behind them. They followed the Saints through thick and thin. Sonny Nicol breaking out to the tackle, away to John Griffiths. He straightens up, takes the ball centre field. Paul Dixon in the front row for Leeds, trying to release the ball. As Bernard Dwyer brings it blindside to George Mann. Mann shrugging the tacklers off, releases the ball, Saints spread it to the left. Quick hands is the order of the day. Rapati out to Loughlin, he couldn't take it. The ball knocked forward. Rapati kicked it on, but it's going to be brought back. The play brought back for a scrum down with a lead speed. Saints had done the spade work. Brought the ball over to the right, then took it over to the left. But Loughlin just couldn't take the pass. For scrum lead speed, Andy Gregory to feed it. 2 minutes gone on the watch. No score at present. Leeds have scrum possession. David Lyon moving up. There's the extra man, it's on to Hanley. Sonny Nicol bounces him down. Kevin Iro, the Beast as he's known, moves it to the main stand side here at Rosie Road, with Leeds playing up to the Eddington end, where a lot of their supporters are gathered. Well, the referee saying the tackle is above shoulder height. Didn't look anything from this angle, and not many people crying for it, but obviously as the decision was given, the state supporters just earning their opinion, which I suppose they're entitled to do. And Leeds now, they restart. Fallon coming in off the wing. A lot of the teams now bringing the wingmen in at early stages. Solid driving from Leeds. Lows at dummy half. Leeds move it over to the right. Gregory on to Mercer. He releases it to Hanley. Will have to be moved in and taken down. Hanley looking for the gap. Gets the ball round his man to Dixon. The Saints cover defence holds. Leeds play it quickly. Now with Gregory along the line. Schofield. They miss out the man there. Innes turns it in field. Can't gather it. Connolly comes up with it. A fast-flowing end-to-end game. As John Griffiths, well, he's coming away and surely Leeds offside there. As Griffiths tried to scamper away quickly from the play of the ball. Alan Hunt. Well, Irving going in, a little enthusiastically there. The popular side crowd don't like it. The referee's there on the job. John Neal. Powering into the Leeds defence. 4 minutes gone. No score. Saints in possession. Sonny Nicol has the ball. Pushes off Mercer. Shrugs another tackler off. And he drives again, does Nicol. Superb drive from this big Yorkshire man. Hanley brings him down. Saints play the ball. Rapati kicks the ball up. It's charged down. The tackle count is waved clean. David Lyon has it, the ball's released. The ball's knocked forward. It was Dixon in at the tackle there on David Lyon, with Saints just been awarded another 6 tackles. The tackle count waved clean, and the ball was wrenched out in the tackle. Leeds have scrum possession, take it cross field. Schofield looking for the loop movement there with Innes. It's now Tate linking up from the full-back position as Paul Loughlin wraps him up. Fallon in, the right wing, the ex-Bath Rugby Union, I think he is. But it's Leeds in possession. Gregory gives the dummy, brings it cross-field. Andy Goodway takes the ball, plays it quickly. Well, is it knocked on? The ball knocked forward. Well, the referee he had a look at it. Didn't look all that much from our position, but the referee there, he looked at the touch judge, then he made his own decision, and he said it was a knock-on. So it's a scrum down with the Saints feed. We'll not be arguing about that, will we? Saints move it cross-field. Rapati ducks under the tackle of Mercer. Bernard Dwyer scampering away. Tightly contested game, as we can expect with these two teams. And a little hanky-panky going up to play the ball. And that's a high one there on Paul Loughlin by Dixon. But Saints bring it blindside. George Mann powering his way into the Leeds defence. Saints making good yardage. Come on, you Saints is the cry as Cooper straightens it up, drives up to the 20-metre line. To Alan Hunt, Connolly on his outside. Hunt has to take the tackle. Hunt wants a quick play the ball. Cooper, a dummy half to George Mann. 5 metres from the Leeds line. Saints with the last tackle of the sequence. Griffiths, Rapati along the line. Loughlin can't take it again. Is play allowed to go on? I think the ball's going to be brought back, is it? The referee allows play to go on. Leeds are taken in the ring goal area. Andy Gregory remonstrating with the referee. He thought Leeds should have had a penalty, but obviously, or a scrum. Obviously, the referee had played advantage. Leeds taken in their own in-goal area, and now they're going to regain possession, hopefully, with Leeds dropping out. Rapati takes it 22 metres out. He straightens it up, he's rise forward, he's brought down 8 metres short. States now with a golden opportunity. Bernard Dwyer gets it away to John Neal. Well, that's offside, surely. But Neal released it. Perhaps the big forward should have held onto the ball, but he tried to squeeze it out. With Saints with the numerical advantage on the right. But it's Leeds in possession. Mercer has the ball. No score, and we've played 8 minutes. Leeds in possession. Tactical kicking. David Lyon forced to regather the ball, which he's going to do in his in-goal area if it doesn't run dead. It has run dead. The referee there, he's happy with it now. He's moved upfield. The 4th game between these two sides this season. Obviously twice in the league, which Saints have completed the league double over Leeds. 27-14 at Headingley, the opening league game of the season. And only a few weeks ago here at Nosey Road, a 42 points to 8 drubbing of Leeds. They also had a Regal Trophy tie, a tightly contested tie, Saints just winning 15-14. A Tira Patty drop goal secured the progress into the next round. But it's Saints that have possession. George Mann making good yardage. Solid Leeds defence. Leeds moving up quickly as Sonny Nicol drives it forward. Ellery Hanley in over the top. Well, a quick play of the ball by Nicol. He wasn't being marked correctly, and I'm sure he wasn't given the 10 metres there, not in my opinion anyway, but the referee rules the turnover. Lowes plays the ball. He loses possession. Saints rake it back. Nicol has it. He gives it to David Lyon. He takes the tackle of Hanley. Just a little sloppy in the centre field. Saints bring it blindside. John Neal drives into Gregory, gets the ball away to Dwyer. Cooper now along the line. Rapati straightens up. Good play. Griffith onto Connolly. Connolly still moving. His impetus has not been stopped. It has now. Well, Leeds offside. He should be penalised for that. But Saints still have possession. Dwyer powers it forward. Cooper a dummy half. Tries to go on his own. Just held short. Well, he's actually on the line there. Saints in possession. Connolly has it. Connolly chips it. Well, it's a knock-on, isn't it? Dixon. No, he mustn't have done. He must have gathered it cleanly. It certainly looks as though he fumbled it. Connolly tried to chip it. The Leeds man committed to the tackle. Leeds have possession. Mercer has it. 11 minutes gone. No score. Pulsating game. Nothing more than you can expect at the end of a season playoff. Iro has possession. Fallon has the ball. He's held down midway between the 20-metre line and the halfway line as Leeds spread it cross field. Innes has it. Cooper wraps him up. And the prize for a victory today is a meeting with the old pie eaters at Old Trafford next Sunday. David Lyon gathers the kick upfield, and Leeds are going to be using this strong breeze to as much of their advantage as they can. Hanley's taking a knock as Sullivan breaks through 2 tackles, but he's brought down by Dixon and the other prop forward, Steve Malloy. Saints in possession. Griffith. Well, Leeds penalised for offside. And to the ironic cheers, not before time either. penalty. And the Hallelujah chorus all round Nosey Road. Dwyer to Neil. Drives it up, solid forward Neil. Obviously Saints without the services of Kevin Ward with that badly damaged leg. Sonny Nicol has the ball, but no doubt Ward will be viewing this game from somewhere today. And Saints will want to do the business, obviously for themselves, for the spectators, and also for Kevin Ward. George Mann in the 20-metre area, Saints in possession. Cooper now to Sonny Nicol. Let's see this fella run into Innes. He takes him down. James Lowe's there marking up. Leeds break quickly again. Andy Gregory leading the charge as Bernard Dwyer tries to scamper through. Will Saints go for the one-pointer here? As John Griffiths chips it and chases it. Yes! Oh, unlucky there, Griffiths. Tate lost possession of the ball. Lowe's just tidied it up. Griffiths just losing his footing. But wouldn't that have been a dream try for Griffiths? As Tate comes away just as his ankle's tapped by John Neal. Hanley at dummy half. He straightens up, drives it up centre field. Good yardage by the Loiners. As Leeds bring it now to their left. Gregory coming across. Loose ball. Irving tidies it up. Connolly comes in on him. Tirapati wraps him up and the ball's still loose. Connolly there again. It's now with Mercer. He's brought down 10 metres outside his own 20-metre area. 14 and a half minutes gone on the watch. No score, but some exciting rugby. Some end-to-end stuff. There's with Gregory. Well, it's a look to him forward inside to Tate. The ball chipped through for Hanley. Well, Hanley, he only had to pick it up and he'd have fell over. He'd have scored. They should have given him a bucket. That might have been better. An astute chip kick through there by Tate, but it was Gregory that set Tate on his way. The pass to Tate looked to him forward as far as I was concerned, but he was allowed to go forward. He had Hanley on his outside. He chipped it through. Took an unfavourable bounce, I'm very pleased to say, as far as Hanley was concerned. He fumbled it, knocked it forward, and now Saints will have the scrum feed on the 10-metre line. 10 metres in from the main stand side and 10 metres from the Saints line. John Griffiths to feed. Saints with scrum possession. 2 scrums each, 1 penalty each, and some solid tackling there. Schofield and Hanley instrumental. And Gary Schofield, heavy rumours about him coming here to Nosey Road. As Bernard Dwyer takes the ball away. Loose play by the Saints. Rapati tidies it up. He brings it cross field. David Lyon was looming there, but he couldn't release it. John Neal bounces off the first line of defence, drives again, gets the ball away to Nicol. From a standing start, Nicol still driving forward, pumping those big legs. The last tackle of this sequence. The ball back to Lyon. Lofts it high. Tate gets under it well. And Connolly wraps him up. Connolly also the subject of some newspaper reports about him going to Wigan. We've heard this all season, haven't we? But obviously time will tell. They're hoping that an arrangement can be made to secure this man's services. Well, somebody there below just not pleased about the referee. As Leeds have the penalty, gain yardage upfield. They restart play just short of the Saints 20-metre line. Schofield outside to Iro. This man's got to be wrapped up top and bottom. Tremendous upper body strength, Iro. Tate at dummy half. On to Goodway. He gets the ball away to Fallon. But Saints do their stuff. They tackle well. Goodway again from acting half. backs him to the Saints defence. Hanley coming through on the burst. The pass forward, Andy Gregory is not pleased with it. He has a word with the referee. But the forward pass given. The look of the draw, I suppose. Some he picks out, others he doesn't. And he picked that one out. Scrum down on the Saints 20-metre line. Saints feed. Griffiths comes away with it. Saints just edging the scrums, 3-2. 18 minutes gone on the clock. And Shane Cooper in possession for the Saints. Finally brought down 10 metres outside his own 20-metre line. Blindside play from Bernard Dwyer onto George Mann, where he's well wrapped up. Solid tackling. Nickel in possession. He's brought down just short of the halfway. Chris Joint. Limited running chances for Joint. I'm sure it's just a matter of time. As Rapati chips it to the Fallon wing, he gathers it. He comes in his 20-metre area, but he's running cross field as Griffiths goes to wrap him up. The Saints defence finally come in, but Fallon gets it away to Tate, and he's equally wrapped up as Rapati comes in. But Fallon didn't gain any yardage whatsoever there. Saints penalised for moving up too quickly, I think. There's the penalty going Leeds way. The referee Conley quickly in. Schofield. Well, he doesn't find touch. A poor kick there. Instead of Leeds being on the attack, it's now Saints on the attack with Sullivan coming cross field. Straight in up. Breaks out of the tackle. Coming the full back to meet Sullivan. He's 18 metres short of the Leeds line. What a run from this lad. Let's hope Saints can capitalise on it now, and Nickel keeping the charge going. 8 metres short now. Another 4 tackles for the Saints to make it count. Dwyer, crossfield to Cooper. He straightens up, he sees the gap, he tries to squeeze through it. Goodway wraps him up. John Griffiths is the dummy runner, but it's Joint. Oh, just short of the line there. Well, a double movement he's given, but I didn't think he was that close to the line, but obviously he was. And referee Connolly judging a double movement. The penalty to Leeds. And Andy Gregory regathered the ball. So Leeds nearly paying the price for that shabby kick by Schofield, with Joint nearly squeezing in by the post. Leeds have possession and Saints have got to keep them down there. Gary Mercer, ex-Kiwi centre, now in the second row, ex-Warrington player. Out with Dixon. Dixon plays it quickly. Lowe bring it away. Lively hooker. He got the ball away to Goodway. He looked to hint forward. Now it's Hanley for Leeds. Leeds in possession. Innes saw the half gap, went for it. Dwyer and Chris Joint were quickly there. Last tackle of the sequence. Schofield kicks it upfield. David Lyon takes it. Hunt moves on his outside. Well, Mercer, yes, penalised, and rightly so. 3 times he tried to get up there to play the ball, and Mercer wouldn't let go of him. So David Lyon kicking over to our commentary position. Finds touch, 10 metres short of the halfway line. 22 minutes gone on the clock. No scoring at present. Well, Gregory there with the high tackle on John Neal. Clearly visible from our angle. Saints moving it crossfield onto Joint. He straightens up. Gets the ball away. Shane Cooper onto Rapati. Saints move it over to the far side. Paul Loughlin takes it cleanly this time, backs into Iro, but he brings him down. Sonny Nicol now, sits in possession, making good forward yardage. What a tight Leeds defence. And it's their last throw of the dice. Leeds, as far as a cup is concerned this season. Rapati onto Connolly, off the right centre over to the left. Forced into touch on the far side. And a scrum down with the Leeds feed. It's looking for a 7th Premiership final. They played in the first 3 Premiership finals, which was brought into effect 74-75 season. And Leeds, today's opponents, beat them in the first final at Wigan by 26 points to 11. As Leeds come up with possession from the scrum. Schofield trying to whittle through. Leeds being well contained by the Saints as Gregory takes it out to Iro, a long cut-out pass. As I said, this man Iro, you've got to get him 2 or 3 men in, one round the top and then around the chest. But Bernard Dwyer there being, I think it's Bernard Dwyer that's going to be penalised for holding on to Iro, not letting him play the ball. Leeds taking the penalties 5-2. Leeds do find touch this time just inside the Saints half. 16 minutes to the interval, no score. Tightly contested game. Gregory brings the ball across field, then turns it inside to Tate. He has that habit of bringing the ball across. Gregory drawing in the opposition defence and then switching the ball inside. Obviously Saints coach Mike McLennan, he'll have done his own work on the Leeds outfit. Oh, got into passing there. Oh, Schofield to Hanley, and the pass was a mile forward. And then the ball was bounced. The player in touch on the far side, but a catalogue of errors there by Leeds. 2 blatant forward passes and then stepped into touch. But Saints nearly paid the price. Saints have scrum possession, Griffiths brings it away. So on 2 occasions there, Ellery Hanley going close and the final effort being fluffed. Cooper to George Mann. He releases it, Rapati has it. Rapati will straighten up. Just brought down by Hanley. Saints play it quickly. Now it's Chris Joint. Runs out wide and runs well, doesn't he? Along the field now, Saints looking to catch Leeds off guard. Good ball to Connolly. Hunt moved inside. Connolly has to take the tackle. Innes and Irving, they bring him down. Lyon will kick upfield. Jim Fallon will take it in his own 20-metre area. He straightens up, but Loughlin there and Joint meet him, and Fallon kicking out. Tate comes away, onto Iro. Loughlin homes in on him. Iro sidesteps, comes in field, looking for support. He gets it from Gregory, but Cooper wraps Gregory up. David Lyon comes in, but Leeds make good yardage. Schofield. Long pass to Mercer, out to Innes. He brings Irving in. Rapati and Connolly, they wrap him up. So Leeds moving upfield. 30 metres from the Saints line. No score at present as Malloy drives it up. He turns in the tackle. He's looking for support, which is a little lacking. Gregory saw the half gap, tried to squeeze through and pass round the man, but he was well clamped by Cooper. Schofield moving it crossfield. He's going to be wrapped up. He loses possession, does he? No, Leeds managed to tidy it up. It's the last tackle of the sequence. It's coming to Tate. Puts a tester up, a crossfield tester. Alan Hunt comfortably takes it. Can he round his man? Oh, unlucky there, Alan Hunt. Rounded his man, but the second phase of defence came in. Nickel now bounces off the tacklers. Good seesaw battle with these two teams today. Saints finishing runners-up in the league and Leeds finishing 5th. Enthusiastic tackling from Gregory and Hanley. The Saints vary the play. It's now with Chris Joint. Sidesteps and drives through. Leeds all offside, but the referee not penalising them. Good ball to Rapati. In the clear is Rapati. Oh, Tate comes in, brings him down. Quick play the ball by Griffiths. Hacks it forward to the corner. Irving will have to play it. Griffiths follows it up, and can Griffiths hold him? Connolly tackles him just in the field of play. Leeds have possession. Saints putting pressure on them. They've got to contain them there. No score at present. 12 minutes to the interval. Lows at dummy half. Goodway that's lost a boot. Now it's Hanley moving cross field. He's looking for support. He gets it there from Malloy. And Leeds in possession, brought down on the 20-metre line. Gregory now trying to make his team tick. He gets the ball upfield. David Lyon will have to chase it, but it's going to find touch. A testing kick there from Gregory, using this powerful wind. And it was Mercer that was following it up. Scrum down, Saints feed, 10 metres in from touch, 10 metres from the Saints line. 29 minutes of the half gone. Saints have the possession, they bring it away. Tony Sullivan. 5-3, Saints taking the scrums, but Leeds taking the penalties, 5-2. As Paul Loughlin straightens up, those big long legs, he drives it forward and Irving comes in a little high. Got a good run from Paul Loughlin. Blindside ploy, Saints keep it going. Goodway with a high one on Neil, but the touch judge not impressed. No, the referee. George Mann looking to release it. Hanley covered him up well there. And Cooper takes the drive. Connolly on the opposite diagonal. Connolly going again, he releases it to Joint. Joint comes back. No way through for the Saints at present. Perhaps Leeds coming close with Hanley on 2 occasions. Dwyer gets it away to Connolly. He chips it through, but Hanley gathers it. Connolly comes and wraps him up. Leeds in possession in their own 20-metre area. They beat Widnes in the first round of the Premiership by 22 points to 10. I think Widnes had Wembley on the mind, and they was very unlucky at Wembley there. Just getting beaten by the old Pie Eaters for the 6th time on the run. They lift the Challenge Cup. And Saints' first round opponents here at Nosey Road with Halifax. A tight game, that was 34 points to 25. But no score at present. Gregory moving the ball across field. Innes has it now. Irving on his outside, he's well wrapped up. Rapati and Hunt. Goodway attacked in half-back. On to Gregory. Pops it upfield. Too deep there from Gregory. The idea was for this bottom left-hand corner, but it went dead. And Saints will restart with a tap from the centre of the 20-metre line. Very tightly contested game. Cooper bringing the ball away onto Joint. Leeds looking for their third Premiership final appearance. Obviously only been in twice before. They beat the Saints, as I said, in the first Premiership final, 26-11. And then in 74-75 they beat Bradford 24 points to 2. But Sonny Nickel charging through. Blockbusting run by this big lad. Now the Saints, let's see what they can do. Rapati changes direction, straightens up. Tries to shrug the tacklers off. Mercer in there, looking to release the ball from his hands. And Mercer lying all over him like a rash. Saints continue with the blindside ploy. Joint inside to Cooper. Support there from Lyon. He just lost his footing. Last tackle for the Saints. Let's see what they can do. Griffiths moves it cross field. George Mann chips it. Did he get a deflection? It's a try there. It's a loose ball, but it's a knock on. George Mann moving it over to the left. I think he chipped it. It came in field. Saints looking to make a substitution. John Neal going to be brought off, and Phil Beavers are going to come on. As the Leeds player is receiving treatment behind the line, but John Neal coming off now. Phil Beavers going on. Maybe a tactical ploy. Saints have scrum possession. Griffiths out to Loughlin, he keeps it going. Connolly has it. Connolly straightens up, then he moves to the left. Dwyer, Rapati along the line. Oh, loose play. Can the Saints tidy it up? Hunt can, but Leeds have it. Leeds keep it going. They get up to the halfway line. Goodway has possession. Innocent dummy half onto Gregory. The Saints from nearly scoring now have got to defend. As Leeds keep it going, Alan Tate has it. Back to Iro. Diagonal run from Iro. He's dragged by the scruff of the neck there by Sonny Nicol. He's brought down 10 metres from the 20 metres from the Saints line. Dixon. So Leeds now on the charge and Saints forced to defend. Gary Mercer tries to chip it. It's too deep. Far too deep by Mercer. But Saints on the attack and almost on the Leeds line. And then they had to defend. There's some loose handling. Leeds getting possession and they went within about 10 metres of the Saints line. Leeds all offside on the referee's right, but he chooses to ignore it this time. Saints play it quickly. Rapati now. Good eye for a gap, but just brought down. Griffiths and Joint. Joint on the charge again. Just held her. Crying out for backup in the Saints ranks as Cooper onto Connolly. Last one of the sequence and 5 minutes to the interval and no score. George Mann chips it, Irving gathers it. Phil Beavers comes up again. Irving evades Beavers' tackle, but he doesn't get past Sonny Nicol. Iro attacked in half. He's bringing it crossfield. Three-man Saints defence wraps him up. Gus O'Donnell on the touchline looking to be introduced. Malloy drives it upfield. Leeds in possession. Goodway inside. Well, I thought he'd released it, but Rapati wraps him up. Neither team being able to penetrate the opposition's defence at present. As Gregory there, brought down by Connolly. Schofield peppers it upfield. Well, that looks as though it's going to be too deep, is it? No. Yes, it is. Finally bounces dead. David Lyon pumps it back to the 20 metre. As Gus O'Donnell looking to be introduced. Paul Loughlin going to be brought off. So two substitutions in quick succession. Well, Paul Loughlin shrugs his arms there. Well, as I said, maybe a tactical substitution and Gus O'Donnell being introduced. Maybe they'll slip Tia Rapati into the centre and O'Donnell at half-back, Griffiths to stand off. As O'Donnell right in the thick of the action. Both teams looking for a score before the half-time interval. Griffiths now on to Nicol. Nicol straightens up. Mercer has him. Malloy also there in defence. Saints now, Captain Cooper on to Bernard Dwyer. The ball released. Leeds have it. Bounced off a Saints hand. Leeds come up with possession. Gregory now, and Leeds on to Tate. Tate scything through, but he's well wrapped up by Lyon. Burst through 2 or 3 tacklers there by the Saints, did Tate. Oh, good tackling. Innes tried to get it away. O'Donnell and Rapati right on the job. Lowe's at dummy half. Across the field to Schofield, a long cut-out pass. Mercer has it. Inside ball to Iro. Knocked it forward. Referee Connolly right on the job, and the Saints withstand the storm there of Leeds, withstand the pressure, and the Leeds variation of the play, tried to turn it inside, and Iro knocked it forward. Probably the last throw of the dice in this first half. With the Saints at feed. Blindside ploy to Cooper. He breaks through. Saints can't take it. The ball's still in play. Connolly has it. Unlucky there. That ball could have just been slipped out to Sullivan. It'd have been away for Slates down that left wing. Phil Beavers drives it up. Gus O'Donnell attacked in half-back. Both teams know the urgency of a psychological score just before the half-time interval. Now with Sonny Nicol. Nicol powering up to the 20-metre line. Last tackle of this sequence. Gus O'Donnell out wide. Will he have a go for drop goal? Yes is the answer. But the ball's wide. That's the end result. In the last minute of normal playing time, possibly the first chance of any score there by the Saints, really, of the drop goal chance anyway. Come close to scoring on a couple of occasions, as of Leeds. But Gus O'Donnell just tried to separate the sides. Leeds have restarted from the centre of the 20-metre line with a dropout. 40 minutes on the watch now. He's playing in time added on. Loose ball there. Dwyer, can he capitalise on it? He can't. Leeds tidy it up. They have possession. They're just outside their own 20-metre area, approaching the halfway line. The last tackle of the sequence for Leeds. And the ball going to be pumped upfield by Gregory. Crossfield kick. Alan Hunt will let it go. It's going to go touching goal or dead. It's going to go dead. Saints will restart from the centre of the 20-metre line. The last action probably of this first half, with no score. It's not very often you get a 0-0 at half-time, is it? But a tightly contested game. Both sets of players fired up. And as we've said, the reward for a win this afternoon, a meeting with against the Pie Eaters in the Premiership final at Old Trafford next Sunday. Gus O'Donnell chips it downfield. Oh, excellent kick by O'Donnell. Pinpoint precision. Just bounces centimetres in from the touchline and into touch. A minute and a half of stoppage time played. Probably be the last scrum of the half. It's Leeds to feed. Leeds head and ball. Gregory has it, but the referee's not satisfied with it. Leeds have it now. Gregory brought down on the 20-metre line. Joynton Cooper. So a tightly contested half. 0-0 at half-time. Leeds coming close on a couple of occasions, courtesy of Hanley. And he fluffed it on both occasions. Saints nearly squeezing in with Chris Joynt, who was accused of making a double movement near the post. But half-time at Nosey Road in this Premiership semi-final tie. Saints 0, Leeds 0. with you now for the restart of this Premiership semi-final. 0-0 at half-time, Leeds first back on the pitch. Only one birthday mention today. My own daughter, Pam Hoof, she's 21 today, the 9th of May. Lovely girl, she's done well to last 21 years, I'll tell you. Anyway, we, any of you locals, or you know me, or you know our Pam, we had her name put in the local paper, the Star. Unfortunately, they wouldn't print what I wanted to put in. So we just had to settle that she's a bit of an alcoholic and she's got a wind problem. But anyway, best wishes, Pam, as you know, from all the family, especially your mum and dad, and good luck for the future. Here come the Saints now. No doubt words of wisdom from Dougie Lawton to his Leeds side, and Mike McLennan to his Saints side. And who knows, the next score could clinch it. John Neal and Paul Loughlin substituted in the first half. As far as I'm aware, no substitutions for Leeds at the interval. But referee Connolly there from Wigan gets things underway, and Gary Schofield kicks it deep. Shane Cooper lets it go. Obviously he went out of his eyesight in the sun, must have just got the sun in his eyes there. Did the best thing, let it go, and it was well tidied up. The Saints in possession, they'll be looking to use the breeze to their advantage. Quick hands there, Chris Joynt gets it away to Gary Connolly, out to Tony Sullivan. Sullivan takes him on, but he's forced into touch. Gregory comes across and Fallon, solid tackling there. Andy Gregory with scrum possession, first scrum of the second half. High roll, loops round Innes. Alan Tate up in the back line. These Leeds with the early ball in the second half, just over a minute played. Mann and Dwyer doing the tackling. Gregory out to Mercer. Just couldn't think of his name there, but he's brought down by Connolly, just to the right of opposition. As you obviously know, once again, a game televised by Sky, not live, but it's going out 6 o'clock this evening. And once again, we're close to the corner. I hope it doesn't detract from your viewing, but Leeds have possession. Tate has it. Gus O'Donnell comes up after the initial tackle by Bernard Dwyer. Gregory at dummy half. Lofts it high. Lyon right underneath it. Sidesteps past Gregory, moves it over to the right. Mercer and Hanley, they wrap him up. John Griffiths at dummy half. He tries to scamper away, moves it over to the right. Both defences holding firm as George Mann brings it to Connolly. Connolly straightens up, support inside from Beavers. Beavers with a lofty pass to Hunt. He took it well, did Alan Hunt, but it must have been about 6 feet forward, at least. But you thought the referee would have let it go, wouldn't you? It's only about the second forward pass he's seen this afternoon. But the idea was right, tried the lofted pass, but it was a bit too far forward. Gregory feeds, Leeds up possession. O'Donnell moved round on him quickly. Mercer running strong again. Not biggest in stature, but he certainly puts himself around. Good way.
Schofield, lovely ball there.
Leeds had the possession. Saints have it now. But the knock-on, is it knock-on both ways? The first knock-on will be given. And they scrum down. Saints feed, Gus O'Donnell. Looking to feed it in. Just inside their own half. O'Donnell has it. Rapati. Bernard Dwyer couldn't gather it. It went well. There was no way that was forward. What sort of an indication that is off the referee, I don't know, but the ball never got knocked forward in my impartial opinion. But it's the man in the middle that we've got to contend with. He said it was a knock-on, and that's what we've got to put up with. Gregory to feed. 3 scrums in quick succession. Only 4.5 minutes gone, and Leeds have had 3 scrum wins against Saints 1. Rapati wrestles Iro down. Saints move up quickly to stem this Leeds attack. Going to be one piece of individualism that maybe bring about a score. Well, Dixon, he didn't like that. He'll have to lose his temper. Schofield has it. Schofield's lost the ball. It's knocked forward. Leeds pick it up, but solid tackling there by the Saints on Schofield. The ferocity of the tackle shook the ball from his hands. O'Donnell will feed just outside the Saints 20-metre area. Saints have scrum possession. Leeds break quickly, but don't get penalised. Lyon brings it cross-speed, creates the gap onto Connolly. Iro wrestles him down. Sullivan from acting half. Oh, Iro went over the top. A bad intended tackle. It wasn't actually done, but the intent was there. O'Donnell couldn't take it. Leeds have it. Now Saints have it back, but the first knock-on going to be given. The O'Donnell knock-on. Scrum down. Leeds feed. Sloppy handling by the Saints. Gregory gets it away to Schofield. He's wrapped up. Chris Joint over the top. Shane Cooper had him wrapped up. And Leeds bring it blindside. Goodway turns the ball inside. Lowe's, I think that is, that has it. Gregory now trying to work his little bit of magic, but he's been seen to this afternoon. As I said, Schofield and Gregory against, well, originally Rapati and Griffiths. But Leeds spread it, now with Irving. Takes it down the wing, turns it back inside to Schofield. Schofield breaks through the defence. It's inside now to Innes, but a mix-up with Leeds. And the ball loose, and Saints come up with it. Bernard Dwyer has it. Leeds doing a bit of variation there. The Saints spectators want to quick play the ball, but good cover defence there by Leeds. Come across quickly. They know that quick hands is the order of the day by the Saints as Griffiths comes away with it. He's lost possession. Gregory snaps it up and Leeds are on the attack again. Tage moving it over to the left. Overlap for Leeds. He must have had a 3-man overlap there, Leeds. But Tate took the tackle. In the Saints 10-metre area. Leeds in possession. Now with Goodway. One of 4 ex-Wigan players in the Leeds side. The ball back to Gregory. He straightens up, then turns it over to the left. Malloy driving for the line. He's going to have to be held up. He is. He's held up right on the line. Saints forced to defend. Hanley trying to work the loop movement with Schofield. Hanley still has it. Dixon back to Lowe's. George Mann wraps him up round the chest. Good clamp tackle. Leeds will run it. It's now with Gregory. Chips it for the corner. Beavers tidied it up. Saints weather the storm as Hanley completes the tackle on Beavers. Bernard Dwyer trying to just clear the ranks. Give Saints a little bit of breathing space. Tony Sullivan from acting half. Been well employed this afternoon as Sullivan, and yet Alan Hunt, very limited touches for Saints' leading try scorer, Alan Hunt. Rapati in the clear. Can he go all the way? Rapati pumping those legs. He's held down. Quick play the ball wanted. Tate holds the man down. And now it's Chris Joynt. Beavers out to O'Donnell. On to Griffiths. Griffiths has lost possession. Saints are over. O'Donnell touches down, but the try's not going to be given. Very unlucky there. Saints coming to full length, just as Leeds had done in the first half. And it was Leeds on attack. Saints come up with possession. They went to full length. Excellent break by Rapati. And Griffiths just losing the ball at the final pass. Gregory will feed. Leeds take the scrums 5-2. Well, the referee's not happy with it. Paul Loughlin up and about below us, looking to be reintroduced, as Leeds do get scrum possession this time. It's Irving. Looks as though Griffiths is going to be brought off. Loughlin reintroduced, so he'll be back in the centre, and Rapati will be back to half-back. Leeds have possession. It's Leeds in possession. Well, it certainly looked like a knock-on by James Lowes. They're allowed to go on. The last tackle of the sequence for Leeds, and the ball will be peppered downfield. Alan Tate lifts it up and it holds in the breeze, takes a favourable bounce and finds touch just below us to the right. John Griffiths being brought off. He'll be disappointed, but maybe because of those couple of handling errors and one mistake too many could cost the Saints a place in the Premiership final. Still not all cut and dried. 11 minutes of the half gone as Gus O'Donnell scampers away. No score at present, but I can't remember the last time we played so long without a score here at Nosey Road. Leeds all offside on the referee's right. The Saints have possession. Sonny Nicholas still charging forward, moves it over to the Alan Hunt wing. Hunt there, as I said, limited touches, but he brings it back inside. Connolly has it. Connolly chips. It comes back to Tate. It's all on again. It's another 6 tackles. Alan Hunt comes up with possession. Now the Saints faithful get behind the team. Let's see this ball moving as George Mann straightens it up. Onto Goodway. Mann gets it away to Rapati. Rapati onto Loughlin. Back on. He gets it to Connolly. Saints keeping the ball moving. Connolly there trying to lead the defence of Merry Dance. Sullivan attacked in half-back. Come on, you Saints is the cry. Sullivan now scampering away, looking to inflict a hole in the Leeds defence. Along the line now, Rapati straightens it up, gets it away to Dwyer. Did well, did Bernard Dwyer. 15 metres from the line. Saints in possession. No score at present. Looking for the first points of this match. O'Donnell. It hit the post. It's coming forward. Can Joynt? Oh, unlucky. Very unlucky there, Chris Joynt. O'Donnell went for the drop goal. It hit the crossbar. It bounced back. It touched Tate. It came back. Joynt tried to follow it up, but he couldn't get his hands to it. To scrum down. Whose feed? He's given the Leeds feed. So Saints come close yet again as Gregory feeds the scrum. 6-2 they take scrum possession in the second half, and we played just over 13 minutes. 0-0, pulsating game, keeping everybody on the edge of the seats. Plenty of tight bums on seats this afternoon, there's no danger about that. Leeds in possession, Lawes attacked in half-back. Inside to Schofield, creates the gap, Malloy has it, but he loses possession. O'Donnell comes up with it, gives it back to Tony Sullivan. He's going cross-field, he sees the gap. Hanley comes in, but Sullivan gets through the tackle, and Hanley comes in for a second bite of the cherry. Surely just a matter of time before the Saints penetrate this Leeds defence. Well, not with passes like that, we won't, will we? But Hunt tidied it up. The ball did go back. O'Donnell along the line, Cooper trying to get his charges going. Oh, loose pass again, Rapati tidied it up. Inside to Joint, he powers through. Looking for support, there is Joint. Last tackle of the sequence again. Saints will run it. Gone to O'Donnell. He moves it over to the right. Then he grubbers it for touch. It was on the last tackle, so good play by O'Donnell. Finds touch 10 metres short of the Leeds line. Gregory will feed the scrum yet again. This will be the 9th scrum in this half, and we've only had 15 minutes of the half gone. Leeds come up with possession again. Schofield from acting half, on to Hanley. Hanley into space. He drives away, David Lyon comes crossfield, and Lyon will take him. Brings him down, Sullivan again, but Leeds back up. Good run there from Hanley. 40-odd yards downfield, it puts Leeds in a good attacking position as they move it along the line. Good way on to Mercer. Mercer flicks it out, but the wingman, Irving, had overrun him. The ball finds touch. So once again, these sides from defending, they come up with a good attacking ploy down to the opposition's end. David Lyon receiving treatment. Gus O'Donnell to feed the scrum. Everything's okay now. Takes up possession. Tira Patty brings it forward, but Hanley there driving through. David Lyon did the job at the second bite. Now Saints moving it crossfield. George Mann just brought down short of the 20-metre line. No score at present. Gary Connolly bringing it up, bounces off Iro. Well, Iro wrestles him down again, and he should be penalised for that, and rightly so he is. Got hold of Connolly and shook him about, and I do believe that is the first penalty of any description in this second half for either team. 17 minutes gone. David Lyon still receiving treatment, and it looks as though John Griffiths is going to be brought back on. The Saints move upfield, find yardage. Down to 12 men with David Lyon receiving treatment. John Griffiths not back on yet. I don't think he is going to be brought on, but it's Phil Beavers taking the ball up inside the Leeds 20-metre area. Blind side from Joint. Leeds forced to defend. Cooper along to Nickel, takes it well, a high tackle. Nickel right in front of the referee, and he shrugs it off. But Leeds on their own line now, so Saints coming virtually the full length of the field. O'Donnell with the drop. O'Donnell with the first score of the game separates the teams. His 7th drop goal of the season. Now the score in Saints' favour, and what we want now is a try and a goal, isn't it, from the Saints to give us that all-important 7-point cushion. I mean, 1 point, it's neither here nor there, but it could be crucial at the end of the 80 minutes, couldn't it? So still nothing in it, just 1-0 the score, and it took 58 minutes to get a score here at Nosey Road in the Premiership semi-final. The fifth meeting between the Saints and Leeds in this Premiership competition. As I said, we was in the final in 74-75 where Leeds won. A two-legged semi-final in 75-76, Saints won again. And then 78-79, the first round away, we lost 21-10. And the last time here at Nosey Road in the first round, 85-86, we lost 38-22. But a tightly contested game here this afternoon. As you can see, 1-0 the score. And who knows, that Gus O'Donnell drop goal could secure the Saints with a place in the final. O'Donnell there again, chips it. The joint has it inside to Rapati. Support, and Rapati again. Oh, joint just couldn't take it. It's going to be another 6 tackle, surely. Very unlucky there, Saints. O'Donnell chipped it through. Slightly impeded, and then Malloy stood his ground. O'Donnell ran into him, or Malloy ran into O'Donnell, whichever way you wish to interpret it. Play was allowed to go on, joint moving it up, and then it hit a Leeds player, and it was a knock-on, and Saints have the feed. So an ideal platform for the Saints to build on now. They have possession, it's Rapati to Loughlin, he backs into the defence. He's about 5 metres short. An ideal chance now for the Saints. As I said, a try and a goal important. His joint. He's still going. He's driving for the line. Dixon and Gregory are there, but joint's there. Scampers forward just inches short. Along the line, Saints. Willie Cooper looking for the gap. Cooper sees the gap. He goes for it. Cooper. Yes, Cooper's there. Under the sticks. Brilliant play. And aren't the Saints delighted? Least of all myself. Shane Cooper breaks the Leeds hearts. He got the ball out. He looks as though he's going across field, just the same as Andy Gregory tries to do. Tries to draw the defence in. He did draw the defence in. Broke out of 2 feeble tackles and banged it down over the whitewash. Saints in the lead, 5-0, and Paul Loughlin will tag this one over. Shane Cooper's 7th try of the season, and none more important. And as I said, when Gus O'Donnell dropped the goal, let's follow it up with a try and a goal, and the Saints have obliged. Loughlin converts it, his 63rd goal of the season. 7 points to 0, Saints in the lead, and that's a little bit more healthier, isn't it, as far as the Saints are concerned. 18 minutes of the game remaining, 7 points to 0 the score. And it certainly relieves the pressure there, there's no danger about that. Leeds kick it off, Cooper regathers it, Leeds follow it up, and a astute kick there. The ball's loose, Leeds have it. Yes, Saints urged to get back onside, unfortunately Shane Cooper couldn't get it. It was an awkward ball, it's now with Gregory. The Saints will have to make sure their composure's not lost. Obviously they're delighted at scoring the try. But they'll have to make sure the defence holds firm as Leeds bring it blindside. It's good way. Loughlin wraps him up, joint there as well. 17 minutes to play. A place in the finals at Old Trafford. As Schofield tries to weave his magic. He'll have to be taken down, but he gets it away to Laws. Saints tackling, he'll have to come in. Well, he gets the ball away to Hanley, does Laws, but that certainly looked to hint forward as he flicked it out. Down to Gregory. Temper's getting a little frayed under the sticks. The game was going to be stopped. peacemaker, but Mercer is not interested. He wants to get back in the middle, but it's Ellery Hanley there doing a bit of mauling and that to play the ball, and things just erupted. Play was still going on, it was moving over to the right, but referee will move in, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe a couple of players don't get an enforced 10 minutes rest. Well, the referee and his two officials, they're just ushering everybody away. They just want a little word on their own while they try and sort this out. And while he's doing it, I don't know whether any of you saw on the notice board on the scoreboard before, it had a camera sponsor the Saints video. Well, if they do, it's the first thing we know about it here. I'll just have to find out about that. I can assure you that we don't get sponsorship of any kind from anybody for this video. But 10 minutes sim bin, is it Bernard Dwyer? Having 10 minutes enforced rest. Leeds have been awarded the penalty, and Irving will be asked to reduce the deficit to 5 points. So Simon Irving looking to reduce the Saints lead to 5 points, and Leeds looking to make a substitution. Lee Harland looking to be brought on for Andy Goodway after this penalty goal kick has been taken. So two men in the sim bin, Ellery Hanley and Bernard Dwyer. Obviously the referee interpreting that Bernard Dwyer was the instigator. They've awarded Leeds the penalty. They get 2 points back. It's now 7 points to 2, and Harland is being brought on for Andy Goodway. So Lee Harland, the attention of the referee tried to be brought to the touch judge, or the touch judge trying to bring his the referee's attention to him. So Goodway at the back of the sticks, his number being held up, but the game can't restart until Goodway's off and Harland is on. Both teams down to 12 players. Goodway off, Harland on for the remaining 14 minutes. Saints kick off. Fallon stops it, drives it up, and George Mann comes in with a shoulder charge. 5 points separating the sides, 7 points to 2. They don't need me to tell you they're trying to go for Leeds and put them in the lead. Can Sullivan get this ball? Oh, loose ball there by Iro. Tidied up by Fallon. Sullivan went for it, couldn't get it. Sonny Nicol in there at the tackle. Nicol kicks it through, but the ball's gone dead. Unlucky there, Sonny Nicol. He was alert to the Leeds lax defence there as he played the ball. Sonny Nicol kicked it through. You can kick at the ball once it's on the ground and being played. But Leeds restart with a tap from the centre of the 20-metre line. 7-2 the score. Malloy bringing it down. Schofield slipped the pass out to him. 12 minutes on my watch remaining, but we have got a bit of stoppage time from that little bit of an altercation as Gregory storms down the wing. Gus O'Donnell comes in, he feeds it inside to Fallon. Fallon, can he squeeze it in the corner? Oh, good tackling by Lyon. Excellent tackling by Lyon. But the touch judge there has given the man in touch, but corner flag was taken down, but I don't actually think Fallon went into touch. But the touch judge said he did, and that's good enough for me, out Tate, I'll tell you. Saints will restart from the centre of the 20-metre line. Rapati has possession. Long ball out to O'Donnell. Striding through, pumping those big legs. This international centre three-quarter. Now it's the Saints, building it up. Let's hope to a finish. Inside to Alan Hunt. Yes, Alan Hunt. Oh, touches down. Superb try by the Saints. Just as I was saying, Alan Hunt, very limited touches. But he's in there, his 28th try for the Saints. Also scored 2 for Great Britain. And that relieves the pressure yet again. Good break by the Saints, good play, taking it up the blind side. Connolly and Hunt combining at the end, and superb strength by Alan Hunt, powering it in. Loughlin instigated in centre field, a great drive by him. And the ball squeezed out, as I said, to the right, in front of the main stand here at Rosie Road. Connolly onto Hunt, and whoever else was involved in it. And Hunt brought the ball in another 10-15 metres. And touchdown for the Saints' second try. 11-2, and this Loughlin conversion to come. Loughlin composing himself 15-18 metres in from the touchline, on the 20-metre line. Strikes it well, yes, the crowd like it, the touch judges raise the flags. Loughlin's second goal of the afternoon. Cooper and Hunt are the try scorers. Gus O'Donnell drop goal, an 11-point cushion, 9 minutes or so remaining of the half, plus any stoppage time which we've had for that little fracas before, and Saints well on the way to a meeting against the Pie Eaters at Old Trafford next Sunday. George Mann inside to Rapati. Rapati releases it again, and Saints spread it to the right. O'Donnell there, gives it to Hunt again. Hunt rounds his man. Let's see if he can build up pace. He can. He pins his ears back. He's only Tate to beat. Is he in? He's in. Oh, he's in touch. The touch judge has his flag up there, but Alan Hunt again rounded his man. And the game just burst into life. Rapturous round of applause as Hunt pinned his ears back, hurled up the touchline. Rounded Dixon, but Tate just closed him down, but he must have just put a foot in touch. Leeds with scrum possession, solid Saints tackling, forcing Leeds back. 13-2 the score. 8 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, both teams down to 12 players, with Hanley and Dwyer in the sin bin. Now it's Malloy. Good yardage from Malloy. Just short of the Leeds 20-metre line. Now with Gregory. Breaks through again. A Gregory sandwich there with the joint and Mann. And he's chirping as ever, is Gregory. Simon Irving, well, he throws the ball away, Saints will capitalise on it. Well, that should be advantage, that referee. Irving threw the ball out, whether it touched the Leeds player and knocked forward, well, he's actually given the Leeds speed. Now how he comes up with that decision, I don't know. You're as well having a go on Littlewoods, aren't you? Per many 8 from 10. But anyway, it's a Leeds feed, yet another Leeds feed. 9 scrums against 3. Leeds have taken this second half as Iro tries to scamper through. Hilvivers completed the tackle. Dixon has it, he drives it straight. Back past there, James Laws, onto Gregory. Long cut out pass to Iro again. Loughlin in, and the back pass there to Fallon. Outside to Mercer. Some enterprising play by Leeds, they're not dead yet. They're keeping up the pressure. Or the attack anyway. I wouldn't say there's any pressure just at present. We've relieved all that pressure with a Cooper and Hunt try. Now it's Schofield bringing the man in. Well, the ball knocked forward. I think it was, well, I'm going to say it was Laws, but Laws is walking over, it's Malloy. Schofield brought Malloy onto a lovely short ball, but obviously as he went down in the tackle, he's taking a knock. And the Saints player there taking a knock, Jeanette Smith, the Saints physio quickly on. Also the Leeds physio on. We just can't pick out who's injured. But Ellery Hanley and Bernard Dwyer ready for action and ready to do battle. They've spent the 10 minutes in the sin bin. Right, both players back on, both teams back to full complement. Tirapati, I think it is, that's taken the knock. Yes, it was. Tirapati, the ever-present in the Saints team this season. And as we say, Shane Cooper's only missed one match. Leeds looking to make a substitution. Harland looking to be brought off. Holroyd looking to be introduced. And there's the exchange. Harland comes off. The other substitute, Graham Holroyd, replaces him. Gus O'Donnell and feed the scrum. He does. Saints have possession. It's now with Rapati. Right into Holroyd. Bounce Loughlin, running hard. 4 minutes plus injury time. Saints in the lead, 13 points to 2, and Beavers in the clear, looking for support. He chips it for Sullivan. Can Sullivan win the chase? Yes! Has he touched down? No, the ball directly dead. The referee did well there. He kept up pace anyway, even though he was in the centre field. Good break by Beavers. An excellent chip kick for Sullivan to chase, but it was just too deep. Kicked dead by Leeds, and now Leeds drop out from between their own sticks. David Lyon takes it, straightens up. Hanley, Malloy and Dixon, the 3-man tackle. But 3 minutes remaining, and it's a lot to ask. 3 minutes remaining plus stoppage time. It's a lot to ask for Leeds to try and get back 11 points. Always a possibility, but very highly improbable. Well, Schofield, that's a penalty, that. Schofield losing his bottle and pushes Sonny Nickel. And that's a professional foul, and in my opinion, that man should have 10 minutes in the sin bin. Telling him to push away, he should know better. Great Britain captain, he should know better, but he's lost his bottle. Saints just slowing the play down, and Shane Cooper just saying, well, we'll take the penalty. Mr. Connolly, we'll take the penalty and just waste a little bit more time. Saints coach Mike McLennan, I'm sure his first game was against Leeds after being appointed. Round about, I think it was the 4th of February 1990. Saints come up with a good result there, 32-26. and I think there's about 20 points to nil up, and then at one stage, and then Leeds it back. But I say, originally he was here on a 2.5-year contract, but he added another 12 months, and now he's just, he's agreed another 12 months. Whether the contract has actually been signed or not, I don't know. Lots of things in the local press, but obviously an appointment with Wigan at Old Trafford next Sunday is going to be on the cards. Well, and that certainly secured it now, hasn't it? 15-2. After a first half, a tight first half, 0-0. And then it was 18 minutes into the second half before the scoring was opened by O'Donnell with a drop goal. And then the last 20 minutes or so, Saints have burst in with 2 tries and 3 goals. Along with that, O'Donnell, a drop goal. And now they lead 15 points to 2. Tired bodies out there. The ball just being taken away. Looks as though cramp set in as Bernard Dwyer brings the ball away. Alan Hunt receiving treatment where he just looks as though he's got a knock on the left thigh. Now it's Chris Joint, he straightens up. Still driving into the Leeds defence. George Mann out to Cooper, took it well. Rapati gives it inside to Connolly. Support there from Cooper. Alan Hunt back on his feet, but limping over there on the right wing. Sonny Nicol builds up head of steam, drives it forward. Ellery Hanley there and Simon Irving to tackle him. Gary Connolly looks as though he's got an injury now as Gus O'Donnell goes for a long distance drop. A very long distance drop. Directly dead it went, and Leeds will restart. 40 minutes gone on my watch, just in stoppage time. Time added on for that little bit of an argument there earlier on. Gregory inside to Mercer. George Mann wraps him up. Chris Joint there as well. 15-2 the score. And Saints, they have a debt to settle against the old pie eaters. 48-16, beaten last year at Old Trafford after holding the Wiganers for around about 50-55 minutes. Leeds in possession, chip it forward, Gus O'Donnell takes it, feeds it back to David Lyon. On a diagonal run is Lyon, brings it over to the Sullivan wing. Give a good dummy, but Iro wraps him up. In the dying seconds or so, Sullivan out to Cooper, along the line, it's Rapati, now to Alan Hunt. Sullivan moving up from his left wing over to the right wing there. A Saints ready to along the line again. Cooper onto Dwyer, well wrapped up there, good tackling by Fallon. George Mann inside to O'Donnell. Back to Sullivan, he shakes for a drop and then moves over to the right. Excellent second half by the Saints, just getting into the swing. Tightly contested game as Connolly grubbers it through, but it's too deep, it goes dead. Leeds will restart with a tap from the centre of the 20-metre line. Nearly 3 minutes of stoppage time played. As James Lowe's looking to restart. Dixon brings the ball up, gets it away to Lowe's. Saints have got to make sure the line is intact. Irving scored a late consolation try the last time Leeds were here in the league. Well, the touch judge on here, Fancy, first time he's been on all the match. Well, temper's definitely getting a little frayed. getting a little aggravated. Saint's going to go for goal. They've been awarded the penalty. Gregory losing his bottle on Phil Beavers. And Loughlin's not bothered, is he? He'll have another goal for goal, and why not? Get the extra 2 points, settle the game down. 4 minutes of stoppage time we've had. Metres out, just to the left of the sticks. Referee trying to get the Leeds players back and just telling them it's nearly over. They'll be glad, won't they? So Paul Loughlin, 30 metres out, just to the left of the sticks. Looking to put the final nail in the Leeds coffin. Waved away. The score still remains at 15 points to 2. There's the final hooter. The Saints players go round and salute the spectators. And a good win for the Saints. Old Trafford beckons next week. Saints and Wigan in the final again. Wigan looking to complete what they call the Grand Slam. They've won the Lancashire Cup, the Regal Trophy, they've won the League, they won the Challenge Cup last week. They're looking for the Premiership trophy to add to all the trophies this season. But I'm afraid there's a team called St Helens that separate their dream. And if I know Mike McLennan and the Saints, they'll be up and about there and competing good style at Old Trafford. No score at half-time. As I said, O'Donnell broke the deadlock in the 18th minute of the second half with a drop ball, and then tries, a brilliant try by Cooper, led the Leeds defence a merry dance. Loughlin converted it, 7-0, Saints were up. Irving got a penalty goal after a bit of a fracas when Hanley and Dwyer were sent off. That made it 7-2. Then 3 minutes later, a brilliant try by Hunt, converted by Loughlin, 13-2 the score, and then a Loughlin penalty goal in the 39th minute. The final score 15 points to 2. Thanks for joining us. As far as I'm aware up to now, we're going to be very lucky if we have a position next week at Old Trafford for the final, but it is on Sky. And you'll have to put up with Eddie and Steve-O, won't you, if we can't get a position. We'll be doing our best. Thanks for joining us. We've had David, your cameraman, today. My name's Ron Hoof. We'll see you soon. If we don't see you at Old Trafford or hear from us at Old Trafford next Sunday, we'll see you next season. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye from your Saints video. See you. See you, Stuart. Take care.